Evening, everyone. At this time, I'll call to order the regularly scheduled board meeting for the Village of Midlothian, Wednesday, July 26, 2023, at 7 p.m. Roll call, please. Clerk Moscow.
Trustee Burbett?
Here.
Trustee Caveney?
Here.
Trustee Crowley?
Here.
Trustee Hilly?
Here.
Trustee Johnson? Trustee Killily?
Here.
Mayor LaRue?
Here.
You have a quorum.
Thank you, sir. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for a moment of silence for Navy Petty Officer Connor Baker, who was brought home yesterday, recently passed away. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. All right, at this time, I will open the floor to public comment. Is there any public comment tonight? Yes, sir.
Hello, everyone. My name is Vince. I'm part of the Community Civility Police Board. So we made T-shirts for Tuesday's National Night Out. So I got a shirt for you, Mayor.
Thank you.
Nice.
Really nice.
Anyone else? Anyone else? Let the record reflect that Gene Bartecki has nothing to say tonight in public comment. All right, then we will close the floor to public comment and move on to tonight's consent agenda. Number one, approval of ordinance 2125, amending Title 3, Chapter 2, Section 3-2-27, the ambulance services and fees, and Section 3-2-28, fire service and mitigation rates of the village code. Number two, approval of resolution 23-0726-A, a resolution setting ambulance and fire mitigation fee rates under 3-2-27 and 3-2-28 of the village code. Number three, approval of the June 2023 Administration Department monthly report. Number four, approval of the June 2023 Building Department monthly report. Number five, approval of the 2023 Fire Department monthly report. Number six, approval of the June 2023 Police Department monthly report. Number seven, approval of the June 2023 Public Works Department monthly report. Number eight, approval of the June 2023 Treasurer's monthly report. Number nine, approval of the July 5th, 2023 committee meeting minutes. Number 10, approval of the July 12th, 2023 board meeting minutes. And number 11, approval of the list of bills. Is there any item any trustee would like off tonight's consent agenda? Hearing no dissension, I'm looking for a motion to approve tonight's consent agenda.
I'll make the motion. I'll second.
Is there any discussion? Roll call, please, Clerk Moscow.
Trustee Caveney?
Aye.
Trustee Crowley?
Aye.
Trustee Burbett?
Aye.
Trustee Hilly?
Aye.
Trustee Killily?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, sir. Moving on to trustee business, Trustee Burbat.
Nothing tonight, Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Trustee Hilly.
Nothing tonight, sir.
Thank you, sir. Trustee Caveney.
Thank you, Mayor. I've got three things. 14730 Costner Avenue, which is the vacant home that is owned by Project Uplift. The village has been extremely patient and trying to be cooperative with this organization. We initially applied for emergency demo, and the day before, if you remember, last year we applied for emergency demo, and the day before all the notices were sent, the day before the 30th day, a gentleman contacted the village hall claiming to be on the board, the chairperson of the board of Project Uplift, and why do you want to demolish my house? So we could not move forward with the emergency demo. So we were trying to, be patient and give him time to provide us with information of what he planned to do to the house or what he planned to do with the property. Fast forward, and then he went away. Fast forward to February, January, February, Steve? February, we got a phone call from two other individuals purporting to be on the board of Project Uplift, claiming that the original gentleman was no longer involved in the organization and they wanted to meet with us. So, myself, Superintendent Witt, the building department staff met with these two individuals. They said that, you know, they still wanted to continue with their mission, they wanted to do something with the property, and we explained to them why it needed to be demolished, but that the lot was wide enough that they could subdivide it into two lots and build two houses or just sell off both the lots. So they were going, and they agreed that the property did need to be demolished. So they were going to look into getting demo contractors. 3 months goes by, we don't hear from them. They claim that they contacted 7 companies, no one called them back. Steve was able to find the name of a demo company, he provided to them. In June, Steve, these two individuals, and the demo contractor met at the house, inspected the home. Demo contractor sent them a proposal, and we've got nothing. In the meantime, individual number 1 has come back to say, why are you talking to those two people? They're not involved, it's not their property, it's my property, it's Project Uplift, blah, blah, blah. In the meantime, Secretary of State Office website page says that Project Uplift is not in good standing with the state of Illinois. So, based on all of this, I think that the village and the neighbors here have been patient enough. I'm gonna move that we go forward to go back to Markham Courthouse and ask a judge to please give us an order to demolish the home. I sent a note to Caitlin Sharrow today, asking her, you know, letting her know that the village wanted to move forward with this. Also told her that we wanted to place a lien on the property for all the outstanding expenses that the village has paid to keep this property mowed and to have it boarded up and cleaned up last year. So that's the update on that property. Pro Champs. Pro Champs, as you know, is our vacant property and foreclosed property registration program that we have been using for the last couple of years. Pro Champs is in bankruptcy. The last check that we received from them was a little over, it's in the village department report today, I think it was a little over $2,300. We got that money in June. According to the bankruptcy filing, they owe us about $3,500 or $3,600. So they're in bankruptcy. I forwarded an email to everybody late today, and I included both the attorneys. Attorney Valadez, if you could take a look at the Pro Champs contract, which is in the email, and just advise us if we are required to send some kind of termination notice. I'm not sure if the bankruptcy takes care of that. I can't tell based on the language in the contract.
I did review it, and the language is pretty much just pro forma. It states the obvious of normal common law remedies, which is that if we go bankrupt, you can terminate the contract. The best practice would be to let them know that we're terminating the contract, if that's what our option is. Now, you have to remember that there is a new vendor, that Mr. Urban apparently is represented, that wishes and desires to take over those contracts.
Yes.
Obviously, the starting point for doing that would be the $3,594 that Pro Champs owes us.
Well, they're not taking over the Pro Champ contract, they're just coming in as a new vendor, so they're not gonna owe us any money, they're not gonna agree to pay us what Pro Champs owes us.
Except that if they want that business,
Well,
then,
I wasn't looking to go after a new vendor to pay the debt of the old vendor, but I sent everybody, at the very end of the day, Steve was able to take a look at the proposed contract from the new vendor and compare it to the language in the Pro Champs contract. And for all intents and purposes, the language is essentially the same, but Steve did outline in the email on the document in red, he just hand wrote in comments of what the differences were. They're gonna charge us $100 per property registration, the same as Pro Champs did, but if there's a late registration, whatever the late registration fee is, Pro Champs was taking 20% of that late registration fee. This new company wants 33%, not 20%. So, and there were a couple other items, so we don't have to go through the contract today. I just wanted to bring it to everybody's attention. So if you guys could, take a look at the contract over the next week. It's not very, it's 10 pages. You don't have to read the whole contract, but just go through it and, you know, look over the notes that Steve put on there. And then we'll discuss it more in detail next week. So I just wanted to give you a heads up to let you know.
Are we gonna change the ordinance then? While we
Absolutely.
do this, because I don't think we should start with a new company
No.
with the old ordinance.
Absolutely not. So, last October, Sandy Crowley sent, she had gone through that ordinance and made some recommended revisions and sent it to the board and to the attorney for review. And so, while we contemplate hiring a new vendor, we will also move forward to make some revisions to our property registration ordinance. One of the biggest deals in the property registration ordinance is that there is no requirement for property owners to provide the village with any type of monthly report stating that, yes, I've been to my property this month and all is okay. And as you know, we've had a lot of issues with squatters in the last 18 months, 24 months. And we need to really start buckling down on these vacant properties, regardless of what the ownership is. I don't care if it's a landlord who owns the property and he's looking to make money and just have it as a rental. I don't care if it's a home that's vacant because grandma died and the family hasn't figured out what they're gonna do with it yet. I don't care if it's a vacant commercial property. We've had squatters in 2 vacant commercial properties. There was a squatter in the Honda property that none of us knew about, but the squatter was so kind, he left a nice thank you note for the new property owner. So, figure that one out. Anyways, we need to really come down on vacant property owners in town and just kind of put the screws to them. And if they want to leave their property vacant, that's fine, but either we start, after 3 months, we double the fee for leaving it vacant, and we also have to make them submit, a monthly report to us advising that they inspected the property and it's fine, because we just can't keep going like this. So anyways, so that's it about the property registration. The last thing is, I had a very lovely conversation with one of the regional managers for the local Popeyes. So the franchisee that bought this franchise just like 2 years ago also owns the real estate. So that's a good thing. We're only dealing with one individual. And the way he has his company set up is a little awkward. There's 3 different companies involved, but at any rate, his local person here resides in Bolingbrook. So it's somebody that's, here locally, and we have a name and a telephone number for. He was a very nice gentleman. He said that they are very excited to keep their franchise here in Midlothian, and once they do get the place rebuilt, they very much want to be invested in the community, and they would like to hire all their new staff out from within our community, from management on down. So I just wanted to pass that on to the board. They want to be really invested in town. They want to participate in community activities that we have, and so on and so forth. So I spoke to Kathy Johnson today, and she and I are going to reach out to them to see if they would like to participate with us, at the village picnic and in Oktoberfest. And that's all I have.
Thank you, ma'am. Trustee Kilby.
Nothing tonight, Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Trustee Crowley.
Thank you, sir. Just a couple reminders. The Community Policing and Safety Committee and the Village and the Midlothian Police Department will be holding National Night Out next Tuesday, August 1st. There is a ton of stuff planned for families. There will be bike raffles, there will be a jumpy house, there will be the Bright Smiles dental bus. We have an animal show. Amazing Bats is going to be there, which sounds like a lot of fun.
Amazing what?
Bats, B-A-T-Z.
As in baseball bat or
No,
flying
as in
bat with
flying
wings?
bat with wings.
Cool.
And
What could possibly go wrong?
hey, if we could get the chief to hold a big snake for a long time, I think we can deal with a few bats. We also have, again, a number of things. Our police will be on hand to talk and hang out with local residents, and we will have all of our departments there representing, so please come out. It'll be a lot of fun. And again, it starts at 5:30. There'll be food, drinks, a lot of fun stuff, so, and all free of charge. So please come out and join us. Also, I'd like to remind everybody that the Community Policing Committee, which helps sponsor a lot of these, the cost of these programs, is having a fundraiser on August 19th at the Thunderbolts game. It is a fireworks game, and it is Elvis night for all of you Elvis fans. And that is all I have this evening, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Moving on to department heads, Chief Hotwagner.
I have nothing tonight, sir.
Thank you, sir. Deputy Chief Tavermina.
I just wanted to give a quick thank you to all my police officers for the outstanding work they've been doing this month. We've had a lot of different cases and things going on. They've handled it, and couldn't be more proud of them. And I hope to see everybody at the night out next week.
Thanks, sir. Superintendent Brooks.
Nothing tonight, Mayor.
Superintendent Sperry.
Nothing tonight also.
Thank you, sir. Engineer Plato.
Thank you, Mayor. I actually do have a report tonight. Some news I got yesterday. The board will know that last year the village replaced some water main over off of 147th Street near Pulaski, and that contract has been in limbo since that project started because of transferring the signal from the contractor back to IDOT due to some electrical problems with the signal. I was informed yesterday that that signal has officially been transferred back over to IDOT, and that contract can finally be closed by the village. So we're all wrapped up. That's it.
Thank you, sir. Deputy Clerk Harris.
I have nothing, sir.
Director Redmond.
Mayor, just so that everyone can plan accordingly, Cook County will be mailing out the second installment property tax bills on November 1st, and they will be due by December 1st. And that concludes my report, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Attorney Valdez.
I have nothing except to report that it has been 92 days since the last time the village was sued.
Moving on. Thank you, sir. Nothing really under my business. I do want to remind everyone again, Orland Park is hosting the Fallen Heroes Memorial Flag August 4th through the 6th at their Taste of Orland Park. As a reminder, everyone, the flag is a 27-foot by 7-foot flag and is made with over 7,000 dog tags from the names of the men and women who were killed in action since the global war on terror started. So please stop and take a look. And I wanted to thank everyone who came out and saw us at the St. Augustine Fiesta over the weekend. It was a great, great event, and I just wanted to personally and publicly thank the Midlothian Police Department for an outstanding job that you guys did, keeping us safe and making it just a great, great event. So thank you. Please let all the officers know.
Yes, sir.
The village board thanks you.
Thank you.
That's all I have. Clerk Mosko.
I have two quick items tonight. One, a reminder, or perhaps an announcement, if we hadn't shared this yet, that this Saturday, July 29th, from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m., Trinity Christian Fellowship Church on 147th in Central Park will be having their Summerfest, and so they will have a small portion of Central Park barricaded off for those 4 hours. The superintendent is very is aware of that. Second is another block party request for the 152nd block of Lawndale on August 12th from 11 a.m. to 12 a.m. They requested visits from the police department and the fire department, and it is signed by 3 different residents. Does any board member have any concerns with this? No. If not, Deputy Clerk Harris will send them the letter and let them know it is approved. That is all I have tonight.
Thank you, sir. Seeing there's no further business come for the board, I'm looking for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Meeting adjourned. Thank you all.